Hold up. Wait a minute. You've probably heard someone say the word red flag.
3 red flags in women you gotta avoid.
What are 3 red flags in a relationship?
Boy best friends, not doing that. No man is 100,000% your friend.
My biggest red flag is that I care too much and I have such a big heart.
There are 5 red flags that I don't think are red flags, but people have told me that these might be red flags. So I'm here to share them with you. You know, maybe this is why I'm single. Number 1, sushi. I don't get the hype, okay? You sushi lovers really love sushi, and I support you. But when somebody brings up sushi, and I'm like, you don't like sushi? You ever tried it? I have tried it. Well, you haven't tried it with me.
Now, before we get into all that drama, let's take a step back to what the word red flag actually means and its origin. What is a red flag? A red flag is a bright red piece of cloth used as a warning signal or to represent danger. Historically, it was used in situations like battles to signal danger or an attack. It was used in ships for warning of hazards or emergencies. It's also used in construction to signal caution or stop. In all cases, a red flag is a clear visual. It's a clear visual warning that something dangerous is ahead or something risky is happening. So what do people think the word red flag means in today's society? The term is used more figuratively in everyday life, especially about people in relationships. It doesn't actually physically mean a danger. It potentially is talking about a problem, an unhealthy behavior, or a warning sign. For example, if somebody lies frequently or disrespect boundaries, people usually say that's a red flag. Or if you don't hold the door for your girl when she's walking through the door, people say that's a red flag. It's a way of saying like something is off or needs to be paid attention to.
Is the social media sphere has thrown the word red flag into the everyday lexicon of human beings, you feel me? So now the word is often overused, and it's used in a very dramatic and visceral way to point out things that we don't approve in other people. Another human being cannot tell you what red flags should be to you. Therefore, they can't inform you of the questions to ask as far as what red flags are for you. You may be a conservative Catholic. A red flag for you would be any man that's not. It's not to say he's a bad man. It's to say that a red flag just means that this is a point to stop and investigate further. Red flags don't have to be these glaring flaws in people. It doesn't have to be an evil, conniving, manipulative man.
So what is a red flag? A red flag is any sign, behavior, or situation that warns you something may be wrong or could turn into a problem. It is used when there's enough room to pause and pay closer attention, even if something bad hasn't happened yet. A red flag helps to recognize potential risk early so people can make safer or smart decisions. For example, if a friend is consistently ignoring your boundaries, like reading your private messages without permission, that behavior is tagged as a red flag. It suggests like lack of respect, which could lead to bigger issues in a relationship if that continues. So this is a video example of what the word red flag actually means in context.
Okay, first of all, you and I answer the phones. The phone must be answered every single time it rings. Calls roll to voicemail and she gets very upset. If I'm not here, Andrea, you are chained to that desk.
Well, what if I need to...
What? No. One time an assistant left the desk because, she sliced her hand open with a letter opener, and Miranda missed Lagerfeld just before he boarded a 17-hour flight to Australia. She now works at TV Guide.
Man the desk at all times, got it.
This movie clip is from the movie called The Devil Wears Prada, which the main character is a lady called Andy, and she's a young journalist who lands a job as an assistant to a woman called Miranda, who is a high-fashion magazine editor. And on the first day, Andy is immediately faced with behaviors and situations that we can call red flags. The first red flag I always notice every time I watch this clip is the part where the secretary goes, "You're chained to this desk." It just sparks the light bulb that you have no personal boundaries to do your personal things while at work. It just shows a trait of a toxic environment, and it also shows that the job wants complete the extreme control over your hours, both personal and non-personal. The second major red flag I noticed is Andy being thrown into the job on the first day with high pressure and with little or no guidance. She is set up to struggle and possibly even fail without even being given instructions. I feel like it increases the level of stress and likelihood for mistakes and creating a toxic environment. Andy is also asked to complete complex tasks immediately, but no one is trying to help her. That's a major red flag in a working space or there's any establishment. The third red flag I noticed in that clip was the part where the secretary casually mentions the assistant who recently just got laid off before Andy was employed. And I feel on the first day of the dorm, that shouldn't even be a conversation. She was talking about her hand almost got cut off while working. It just shows she could be next. It's a gun to her head, and she's just gonna be panicking on the first day. That's another major red flag I noticed in that clip.
What do we do when we see a red flag? Right, we stop.
Signs. People use the word red flag to mean a reason to pause, question, and reconsider a situation. It doesn't always mean something is bad, but it signals something needs attention. In friendships and dating, a red flag can point unhealthy behavior like disrespect, dishonesty, a lack of boundaries, and people use it to say this behavior might cause a problem in the long run. In workplaces and school settings, a red flag can mean an unfair expectation, or poor communication, or a power of imbalance. It often is used to warn others that an environment may not be supportive or safe long term. On social media, calling something a red flag is sometimes humorously used for disliking a certain movie, a behavior someone portrays, or even food. Even then, the meaning still stays the same. No matter how the word red flag is used, it always serves one purpose: to draw a line or attention to a potential issue before it becomes bigger or grosser. So when people call something a red flag, they're not being dramatic. They're doing what most people have done for centuries, whether it's on a ship, at sea, or at a construction site, or in everyday life. A red flag has always meant the same meaning: paying attention before it's too late. The red flag is the warning. What you do next is the choice. Have a good day. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.